The bell rang for Clara's third class that day, the class before lunchtime. Clara and the rest of her classmates were glad to have the break. The first day of school seemed to be overwhelming for all of them. Everyone was rushing out of the class when Clara's teacher called for her before she could get out of the door. Clara stopped, but sighed softly, not wanting to be held back. She wondered what it would be about. Then she quickly headed to the teacher's desk where Miss Lane was waiting for her. Miss Lane seemed kind as she smiled at Clara. Clara, it's good to have you here all the way from Metro City. Clara smiled back and nodded her response. I just wanted to know how you are adjusting. How were your other two classes? Clara was surprised. Not many of her teachers in Metro City had time to care how she was doing. I'm doing well. It was a bit overwhelming actually because there's a lot more in-class activity in this school compared to my old one. Miss Lane nodded with understanding. Yes, I get it. I came here from Metro City a couple of years ago. I used to teach in Metro City before. Oh, wow. Yeah, we must not have crossed paths. Not many people come here from Metro City, so it's great to meet you, Clara. Clara grinned. It's good to meet you too, Miss Lane. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be more than happy to help. Clara was giddy with joy. Sure. Oh, and they have an interesting lunch arrangement at this school, kind of a buddy system to reduce bullying, but I know it can be troublesome as well. You'll be sitting in an assigned seat for a month before it will change and you'll sit somewhere new. Clara's eyes widened. Oh dear, I hope I get along with everyone. I think you will. Be yourself and enjoy the free lunch. Clara nodded again and thanked Miss Lance for the information. Then she headed to lunch. Once in the cafeteria, Clara felt both excited and nervous about her seating arrangement. However, she was soon distracted by all the good food. There was an array of food like a buffet. She was shocked. In her previous school, they had pretty standard lunch options. Any better ones required some money. However, these free lunch options were incredible. She took her time to select what she wanted onto her tray and then looked for the seat with her full name and class number. It was such an odd seating arrangement for her, but she figured it would allow her to make some new friends. As she sat down, she realized that she was sitting down next to the girl she met earlier that morning, the one who was the principal's daughter. Hey, Clara said, excited to see her again. However, the principal's daughter did not seem to hear her. Hey, I'm Clara. We met earlier. Clara stopped her sentence as the girl turned to her and looked at her ridiculously, like she had never seen her before. She felt confusion and embarrassment wash over her. This girl looked just like the principal's daughter earlier, Betty. Clara thought hard about it. Then it dawned on her. Oh, sorry, I thought you were someone else named Betty? At this, the girl turned to her differently, understanding yet annoyance in her eyes. Oh my goodness, I can't believe you don't know. Everyone knows by now, but we do still get mixed up quite a bit. Sorry I ignored you. I just don't really like talking during lunch periods. I want to eat in peace. Betty is my twin sister. She's sitting over there. Cindy points across the hall to where indeed Betty was sitting. Clara felt even more embarrassed now as the two girls were not dressed in the same clothes. I'm sorry I got you two mixed up. I'd just seen your face and was excited to see a familiar face. Don't worry about it. Let's just eat in peace, Cindy replied. Clara nodded but still felt an aching inside. She wished she could sit next to someone who wanted to talk about the day. She had so many questions to ask. Lots of things were new in Seaview City. Later, when Clara was home from school, she told her parents during dinner what happened with Betty and Cindy. Her parents reassured her that it was totally normal to make that mistake, and she shouldn't mull over it. However, when Clara got into bed, she thought hard about how she might make friends in her new school. Everyone seemed so independent in Seaview City. She didn't know what to even say at times. She decided to just hope and pray she'd pick up the new way of life here soon. The only thing she was grateful for was that she had Miss Lane to go to. With that, Clara closed her eyes on her first day of school at Seaview City. Thank you for listening and watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.